Good morning. It's Johnny Sunshine. Guys, it's Friday. Thank God. I've got one call to go do right now. I don't know what time it is. Maybe 9 o'clock. I gotta be there by 10. Probably gonna go grab a sandwich from Dunkin' Donuts, or maybe go to the Publix and get some of them Jimmy Dean sausage sandwiches, man. That shit was good. I'm definitely gonna get some next time I go shopping. But so this I got a call this morning for a water heater. The lady's like, can you tell me how much can you give me an estimate on a water heater? I was like, well, you know, I need some basic information. Like, what size is it? Is it gas, electric, in the garage, in the house? You know, I've got some questions that need to be answered before I can give you a price. She's like, well, I don't know any of that. I'm calling for my aunt. And I was like, well, you know, unfortunately, I can't give you a price, sweetie. And she hasn't called me back. And typically what that is, you get this shit at least once a month, where, you know, there's a handful of plumbers in this town that give their secretaries, all right, call these guys and see where they are on these water heaters, you know. And that's probably what that was. Hopefully she'll call me back. I'll go do this water heater. I do have some more continued ed to do today. I've got 6 hours left, which isn't a big deal at all. Last night was a very interesting segment that I watched. Ah, look at that. Mosquito. I got that son bitch. Have a nice fucking eternity. Yeah. Anyways, Johnny's got issues. It was on business ethics. And I swear, it was a woman doing the presentation. I mean, you don't see her, but I could tell by the tone in her voice that it was a total rebuke of Donald Trump. And it was so obvious that, and she put politics in it. She said, you know, this is happening in our politics too. And it was so good that I have never commented back. I emailed them back on this particular segment, and I spoke my mind, and I said, I think it's a wonderful thing. It almost needs to be, you know, mandatory to listen to that, because, boy, we have Donald Trump and his business ethics are just terrible, guys. Come on, man. I wouldn't hire that guy to fucking take out my trash, man, for $2. Yeah, upcharge. He'd upcharge me $1 million fucking dollars. Anyways, so this lady hasn't called me back for the water heater, and I got to go do a simple job about 2 blocks from my house. I think this woman got my number from the Democratic Women's Club in Sarasota. I get a lot of calls from them. She's got a tub stoppage. She's got people coming in from Germany, and they can't get the tub to drain. And she said, we can't get the stopper out. And just from that little glimmer of information she gave me, it's most likely a lift and turn tub waste that's got a bunch of hair and other shit in it. So I probably won't even, I know it's a newer community. It's definitely got PVC in it, a 2-inch P-trap under the tub, bush down to 1.5 inches with a, she didn't say anything about a trip lever. She said the stopper, so it's probably got a Schedule 40 lift and turn tub waste in it. So I'm gonna go there, and I feel bad charging these people, man, for a service call, and I've been doing it all week, giving things away, giving them discounts, and that shit goes a long way, man. You know, it's cheaper. If I say this week I gave away, you know, say $300, you know, and Mikey Pipe's got this big fucking thing going on where he's doing everything for free to get new customers. To me, that's a little different. It's almost like an act of desperation at this point. And you got to thread the needle with, you know, giving things away where you don't want to look desperate. I'm anxious to see how this pans out for him. Many people have come to Florida with big hopes and dreams, and they say, oh, that's if this guy could do it, I could do it. It ain't that easy, guys. It takes time, it takes effort, and it's a building process. You're not going to the head of the line down here, Jackson. A lot of motherfuckers have come to Florida and have left a couple years later with their tail between their legs. I can tell you that. I came here and I wasn't leaving. I lived here. Mikey Pipes, he's doing this shit remotely. Very tough. Let me turn this around. So anyways, this week, you know, instead of these people who I go to their house and it is literally a 5 or 10 minute job, and even $150 is a cheap price, you know what I mean, compared to other plumbers, what they're going to charge you for a basic service call, and you're not getting any discount. If there's a guy working for somebody, a lot of times down here their pay is based on the tickets they put in. If they bill out an hour, they get paid an hour. So it's possible for them to get 10-12 hours in a day on an 8-hour day. So they ain't giving no discounts, you know. They're getting you for the whole fucking shebang, and that's the way it is. But for me, if I give somebody $50 off, it costs me $50, but it's the cheapest form of advertising, man, really. They're gonna tell their friends. They're gonna say, this guy was very fair. He knew his shit. He came in, he was clean, he left the place immaculate, and he gave us a discount, you know. He didn't treat us badly. And the other side of that coin is to go in there and do the 10-minute job and charge him almost $200 or $250 or $300, depending where you are. And they just feel like they got ripped off. So everybody's got to find their own lane in business. They got to figure out what's best for them. But Mikey, I don't know, brother. When you stop putting shit up, advertising for free, you got to be careful with that. You'll have fucking Rube Goldberg calling you up, who's got 49 fucking rental properties, and he's gonna schedule you out for the next month and a half. Just be careful with that, guy. I don't think, for me, I don't think that's a great idea. You know, not a way to get. I'd give him $100 discount. Say, hey, I'm giving each new customer $100. That's it. And have at it. But let me head on over here. I think it's 9 o'clock. I gotta plug my fucking Alzheimer's clock in. So let me put my, I think she's a Democrat, so I'm gonna put my MAGA hat on. You guys, did any of you see that video last night of Charlotte from Virginia? What a character she is, man. She's called me a few times, man. I enjoyed talking to her. But boy, my phone shit the bed, man. Oh, there we go. I mean, my clock. Old Charlotte, she calls me up and she ain't afraid to tell me, speak her mind. But she did everything but call black people colored. You know what I'm saying? She lives very close to West Virginia. I looked her place up on a map, on the like Wikipedia or whatever, a map, to see where she lives, it's pretty damn close to West Virginia or Kentucky or something like that. And I read all the things from the census. How many people live there? There aren't many people, especially blacks. There's only about 1,400 black people who live in that area. And her daughter married one of them. Anyways, it's been voting blue since, like, in high numbers. 60-70% of the vote goes to Democrats. So she's living in a very blue district. It wasn't always like that, but it's definitely, the demographics have changed. It looks like a beautiful place, man. And she's just she's an interesting woman, man. I enjoy her. I'd love to get to know her. I had a friend of mine, she lived in Fredericksburg, and she actually lived in a house. She rented a spot in a house, and the house was actually like the nephew of General Lee or somebody, I don't know, some prominent general in the Civil War. His nephew built this house, and it was a big, beautiful house in Fredericksburg, Virginia, which is a beautiful place too. But the woman who owned the house was just very, very interesting, man. And I enjoyed her company. She didn't want me, she was very concerned about me pulling in her yard, which had this big circular drive, like a circle, whole circle. And it had, from back in the 1800s, a post out at the front step where you could tie your horse up. And it was cool, man. I enjoyed going there. And like I said, she was very, very interesting, and had this like 30-room fucking house. And my friend, she was renting a room from her, but this lady didn't want me hooking my camper up to her electric. And after I charmed her for a few hours, she was like, "You're gonna be fine. Let me get your number, and you're welcome here if you ever want to come back." And she was very, very cool. So enough of that. Johnny's on his way. It's 9:40. My clock, this thing's about 10 minutes fast. So I got to get scooting, man. I got to get over to this job and take care of this tub, and we'll see if my thoughts are correct. I always try to, you know, go off the information I got, and I run the scenario through my mind, what I think it's going to be. So I'm going to go in this house with some paper towels and a screwdriver and a pair of needle nose and a pair of channel locks. See if I can't get this lady going. I could walk in there and it's something totally different, but I know there's PVC under the slab, so a stoppage, like needing to use my cable, is most likely out of the question. So let's see what happens, guys. Let's see if my intuition is correct. Alright guys, let me get my shit together here. Should do it, guys. A couple little tools. If I'm on the right path, am I thinking? I should be able to go in here and knock this out. No fucking problem. Need to put on my my battery for the camera. It's a beautiful neighborhood. I think it came up, it was 2 miles from my house. This guy, this guy next door, man, he's got his Happy Labor Day sign up and a bunch of flags. Very nice. All right, let's go see what we got cooking in here, man. Beautiful. Very nice. I didn't hear anything with that bell. Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Even better when you've done this.
Okay, let's see what's going on, ma'am. Beautiful house. You're in a great neighborhood. I love this place.
Yeah. I've been here about 12 years.
Wow, gorgeous. Very nice.
No.
Okay, so let's see what you got cooking.
I've tied that up. So I don't really want to take it down.
Can I push it to the side?
I don't know what.
All right, I'm not
I don't
gonna.
know what happens. I mean, does it come down?
No,
Yeah,
it just slides to the side. Well, let me just leave it the way it is, okay?
Well, if you want to.
It'll be fine, ma'am.
For sure.
Yep.
Well, see, I don't know. As you see, I've already had a go at this.
Yeah.
But that's
Let's
the
turn
top.
some light on.
That's the top to the tap because I couldn't get it off.
You were close.
I didn't want to mess with it and then it's like overturn it and then ruin the plug.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, let me put some glasses on so I can see. Scooby Dooby Dee. So you have guests coming in.
Yes.
Wow, that is tight. That is tight. We might get into a little bit of an issue here.
Let me move that because that didn't work. And we put stuff down there.
Yeah, unfortunately that stuff doesn't usually work on here, you know? And that's probably what's in here.
But even when you put water down the sink, it
comes up in this?
It comes up in there, yeah. So I think it looks to be blocked.
Go ahead and
It looks to be blocked much further down the pipe.
Oh yeah, you have a stoppage. You don't have a tub stoppage. If that water's coming up in this tub, yeah, you have a bigger issue, ma'am. Unfortunately.
It'll probably take a while to do it.
Yeah, and that's critical. I want to pay attention to how long it takes for this thing to bubble. See if this toilet starts gurgling.
I don't see that the toilet's been affected.
Let's see what happens.
There it comes.
Here it comes. Let me see if this guy starts gurgling. If not, if this doesn't start to bubble, like bloop, 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 that means that it's just in the 2-inch line. The branch line that catches the tub and the
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and turn that off, ma'am. I think I could probably get this through here. Wow.
See, we've used the toilet. We flushed the toilet, and that hasn't come up in the bath.
Okay, that's a good sign. Yeah, I can smell all the stuff you were putting in there. That stuff. I mean, you've got plastic down here. That's really not it's not going to hurt the plastic. There it goes. It just went down, but let me go get my cable and we'll go from there, okay?
Okay.
We'll get the water back up in here. Get that in there. That's not good. Can you turn that off, man? Yeah, that's the downside of that type of waste. I'm gonna have to go get a smaller cable, actually. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Turn this off. Alright guys, so the problem here is that the overflow is one that has a screw in the center and you can't get a cable in there. Great idea, but you know, unintended consequence. So I'm going to try to get this in. There we go. Okay, you can turn that water off. Goes. Turn the water on, man. So I gotta tell you, somebody did something in here. Somebody dumped something down this tub that really stopped this thing up, because you've got PVC under the slab here and I'm really pushing hard to get this thing clean. So we'll see what's on the end of it. Something's going on. Okay, so unfortunately, ma'am, It looks like you have some serious roots growing in your sewer system.
Oh.
You've obviously got a broken pipe under the slab. And that's not good. See this? This cable was clean when I put it in. This is all roots. Root infiltration. And if the toilet's flushing, can you flush that toilet? Yeah, the toilet's flushing fine. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to break this floor open to fix that.
Right.
There's obviously a place where the roots are getting in. What I would do is, at Home Depot they sell, you said you don't really use this bathroom much?
No.
Okay, so what we can do, short of busting a hole in the floor, is I'm going to keep running this cable through.
Okay.
Get as many roots out as possible so that it's actually draining.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is we're going to put some root killer down there.
Right.
And that root killer will actually seep out wherever the roots are coming in.
Yeah.
And hopefully contaminate that area to the point that the roots just simply don't want to grow there. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, they're getting a source of water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If the roots can get in, that means that water's getting out.
Yeah.
And it's feeding them. So we'll get you through this weekend, or however long these people are staying.
Yeah.
We'll get you going.
2 weeks for this.
They're going to be here for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me run it again. See if I can pull some more out. Do you know if there's an access behind here? In the closet or something?
Yeah, in the cupboard, but we've got all boxes stacked up in there, so I'd have to get them all out.
Okay, well,
There's no problem.
what I want to do is, if we can change this tub waste out, the overflow, to one with 2 screws, we can get a bigger cable in through this location.
Right.
And cut those roots out.
Mm-hmm.
So, we don't have to do that today. Like I said, I'm here to just get you going. I could tell when I was pushing this in, something was going on. Right there. Yeah. This has probably been broke since the day this house was built.
Yeah, probably.
I think alright, turn it off. Somebody probably drove a tractor over it or broke the fitting. Wow. That's jammed up for sure. No, I've got water in the tub. All right, turn it on. water on there. Okay, you can turn it off. Got a lot of roots in there. They've been growing for a long time. At least it's draining right now.
Yeah.
I'll throw it in here, man. Whew. I thought I'd be eating breakfast by 10:15. So much for assuming, you know?
Yeah.
I'll clean all this up for you before I leave. So what we need is, we need to be able to take a shower in here without the water standing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to continue to clean it up, run the cable in and out until I can get it to that point. And then we can go and get some Zep root killer and put it in here. But this, you know, it needs to be fixed. You can't have water running under your house. You can't have an open pipe. It's going to be an issue.
And we can do that when we're done.
Yeah. Turn it off. Oh, I got it.
Boy, I really would like to get rid of that piece back there and get a cutter in here, you know. She's backed up again. Do you have that sink running too? Go ahead and turn it on. Cold. Do you have a tile roof?
Yeah.
The amount of cable that I've got in here is telling me that it's most likely the Y that is coming off of the line, the 3 or 4 inch line for this toilet. So to stop it, the problem, depending on which way this stuff's running, is going to be out here in the middle of this bathroom, or behind it, depending, like I said, depending on how they ran it. We'd have to camera it to really nail that down.
Yeah.
How hard would it be to get into this area, the closet? I mean, what do we have to move?
I can move the stuff and I can bring the boxes out.
Why don't you do that? Because I really need to cut that overflow off and get a cutter in here, C cutter. We got a mess on our hands here, boys. Yeah, it's always like it's gonna be $10,000.
Yeah. Just out of high school, you know, with somebody that's learning on the job, you know.
Yeah. I've been 37 years, well, almost 40 years in with my time in the Navy.
Yeah.
As a boiler technician, yeah. So, guys, the fact that this access panel is here, I'm talking to the camera. The fact that this access panel is here is telling me that this has been an issue. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a Fernco on this riser. Nope. Okay, so this is what we got, guys. I need to cut this off, recreate it with an overflow with the 2 screws, and then I'll be able to put a bigger C cutter on it and get down through here and cut those roots out. That little drop head spring is not doing the job, so I'm just going to cut it right here and do this again. That's all I can do. Alright guys, so here's the plan. I'm just going to cut this and reuse the same piece. I'll put a Fernco on it. Hello. That was easy. Gasket on my truck. So what I'm going to do is turn this tub on. I've got my bigger cable now again, and I'm going to run it through there with the tub running. Actually, I'm going to run a shower. Alright guys, so I've got the shower running in here, and she's on the phone right now, but I'm gonna have her keep her eye on it. Ma'am? Spot. The fact that this thing is so far in is a big thing. Problem right there. you can see that this thing is struggling big time to get through there. I'm gonna pull it out and see if I can get a C cutter on there, or a bigger. Actually, I don't have a C cutter that can go on these cables. I'd have to bring my bigger sewer machine in here with the 5/8 cable. But let's see if this thing's draining. Absolutely not. This is the problem. Wow. If it's a pretty bad break, I could be actually going outside of the pipe, which isn't a good thing. So I'm just going to continue with this. The only other head that I can put on this cable is this spring, which I'm hoping I can get it in there at some point, but right now I'm just going to continue to whittle away at this with this cable. And when she gets off the phone, I'm going to have her go in there and turn the shower back on. Fucking light's a problem. It's jammed up pretty damn good. That's not easy, guys. I think I'm on plan D already. But we're going to continue on. It's a very awkward spot to be in. That's why I like the overflow. There's a lesson to be learned here already, guys. It's don't use those overflows with a single screw, because it renders you useless when it comes to stopping. Get that shower running again. Man. So this sounds like I'm through the area, and it feels like it. Get the shower running and it's draining fine. Awkward position. Let's see if I can bust the roots loose by yanking this back. Ma'am, can you go in the bathroom and tell me if that shower's drain, if the tub's draining? Okay, so it's on now with the shower. Keep it on, ma'am.
Yes, it's draining.
Okay, good. Turn it back on and turn the shower on. Wow. Look at this, guys. Big ass leak. I got my cable twisted into it and then yanked it back and broke it. Ma'am, come here for a minute. Leave that running. Look at this. Been in there for a while just by the size of that root. As long as it's draining right now, I think we're good. Put the shower on. So I do want to go get some Zep, some of that root killer. Zip. I mean Zep. I'm getting delirious. Zep. Z-E-P.
How much of it?
You buy a whole container.
Yeah.
It's about 20 bucks at Home Depot. It's in the cleaning aisle. I'll go pick it up for you, bring it back. I mean, Home Depot's just down the street. And we'll do a treatment, we'll dump some down this toilet. Because it wouldn't surprise me if those roots had traveled into that bigger pipe, but haven't gotten to the point where it's creating an issue for the toilet. You know what I mean? They continue to grow right like a conduit. So I think you're good for your company. I'm going to get this all cleaned up. We're going to put some of that Zep in and you do it. When are they coming? Tomorrow?
They're coming on Sunday.
Okay, well I would put a, you know, don't follow the directions. Don't like dump the whole bottle in, but do it more than they say. If they say once a day, you can do it 2-3 times a day. So we can get a good concentration down there. All right, let me put it back together. Can you run that? I just want to make sure that that lavatory is okay too. So what's going to need to happen is this toilet is going to need to be pulled. We'll put a camera in here and we'll figure out where that Y is, because I'm sure with the amount of cable that I ran in there to get to the problem, it's right at that Y. Somebody ran it over would be my guess. And it's been broken since the day it passed inspection. And most likely when they were backfilling the job, it got broken.
This was the model home, so I think it was just sort of like thrown up.
Well, model home, I mean, these guys, they build the same stuff all the time. The model home, the problem with a model home is they don't get used the way a house would get used with a family living in it. and that's how something like that could go unnoticed. But the fact that there's an access panel there would lead me to believe that somebody knew there was a problem there, because that's not required with this particular tub waste. I think you're good, man. Let me get this stuff cleaned up, and we'll go from there, okay? So guys, my feeling is this has been broken since day one. It got, a lot of times homeowners think I'm talking to them again. I already told you this story, ma'am. I'm talking to the camera.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
You edit that bit out, do you?
No, I'm good. Yeah, so I think what happened here, guys, is they did the rough-in. They got their plumbing rough-in inspection. And when they were backfilling the job, concrete guys, sometimes they get an attitude because they have to backfill so much dirt. I don't know what the situation was, but that pipe got broke before they poured the slab. There's no way that that could have happened after the slab was down. So that's the scenario I have in my mind of what happened. Let me go put this tub waste back together. And I've got to go get a gasket. So I'm just going to use a no-hub band, guys, because it may be that I have to get back in here again. Okay. I'm going to put it back together. I've got a new gasket here. It's kind of a strong rubber. I like the foam better. I hope it goes together with this one, otherwise I'll have to go find another one off my truck. Alright, so what I need to do is go look at that and put the cover on, tighten it down, and then tighten up that no-hub band after, just to make sure everything's good. It is a little high, but it's gonna work. It's definitely covering the hole. Ma'am? Yeah? Where is the plate? The overflow plate.
You put it in your bucket.
Oh, I did?
Put it in here somewhere.
I'm glad somebody was paying attention.
Because I tried to take it.
You're a really good helper.
I tried to take it and you said, oh no, I'll put it in here.
I'll put it somewhere where I won't lose it. I tell all my customers I'm a lot dumber than I look. But I'm cool with it, you know.
I'm not answering you simply because I think you're doing your camera stuff. Be hard to do by myself.
just one tooth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I want to push down on that and over. Just crank the hell out of it. Yeah. Okay. Put this guy back in. I'm gonna put a little grease on that old crusty thing. Grease the threads and the brass piece. Alright, I had to make sure I used these green screwdrivers. A subscriber gave them to me, and he's a little disturbed because I'm not using them, which I get it. I get it. So I'm also going to put a little bit of grease on this cap that screws into that drain assembly. I just greased that a little bit. Should work a lot better. Okie doke. Let's go tighten up this Fernco. Scooby Dooby. Can anybody tell me on a no-hub wrench what the torque specification is? That's a test question, guys. I would have cleaned that paint off. Well, good for you. You can see that gasket's nice and compressed all the way around. Up there. Looks good. I put my hand down in here. It's tight as hell. Yeah. Johnny's got about 90 inch-pounds of strength. Actually, a lot more than that. That's probably going to be good right there. Alright, guys, let me get my shit all cleaned up here.
Close the blade every time, boys. Oh, that's not the hole. Put it in the wrong hole. Hey, Charlotte, tell the girls I said hello. Yeah. Okay. Nothing there, man. That's good enough for this neighborhood. Dig it. Okay. Scooby Dooby Dee. Scooby Dee Dee. Dee 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 Dee. Scooby Doo. Dee Dee. Dee Dee. Alright, I'm gonna put these boxes back in for her. And I'll go back in the bedroom, bathroom and clean that up. I am sweating like a stuck pig. Yeah. This shit's heavy, man. I don't know what's in these boxes, but damn, they're heavy.
get shaking here, guys. Okay. Damn, I'm out of breath, man. So what we're gonna do, guys, in this tub, I'm gonna close the stopper. I'm gonna fill it up. He gave me some bleach, and I'm just gonna disinfect this thing real quick by pouring some bleach in it. The water never really get up real high in here, so I just need a couple inches. These houses are so fucking hot, man. Working in like 78, 80 degrees is just torture, guys. Every day of my life, it takes its toll on you physically and mentally. I mean, that's why I'm fucking crazy. Worked down here for 37 years. You do fucking a basket case too. Alright, so we're just gonna let that sit for a few hours. She can let that water out. The tub will be white as can be. Especially, this is a Kohler Villager. Standard 30 and a quarter inch wide tub by 5 feet. Kohler makes a Mendota just like this, but it's 4 inches wider. It's a bigger tub. I've installed a few of them, but the Villager is the one that is the standard most people get. So I'm just gonna roll on out of here. I'm gonna tell her to go get some Zep root killer, and you know, dump it down the lavatory, the toilet, and the tub, and they should be fine until, you know, her visitors leave, and then I can come back and pull this toilet and stick the camera in there and see if the pipe's going that way back towards the closet I was just in, or this way out into the middle of the bathroom, or to the side, wherever. We'll figure out where the break is, and it's gonna have to be opened up and repaired. That's the bottom line. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. It's Friday. Johnny's got 6 hours left of continuing education, and I'm simply going to turn my business phone off at this point, because it's critical I get that done today and get my stuff renewed. Anyways, have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. If anything, don't ever use these stupid overflows with a single screw in them. They're useless. They really, there's no benefit to that, man. I just don't, you know, besides making a company more money because they only need to make one hole and one screw. So it's maybe a half a cent they save, but you know, over 5 million of them. That's $4. Alright guys, Johnny Sunshine, that one took a lot out of me, man. That's what happens when you assume. It makes an ass out of you and me. So I was on the right path, but soon found out that it was a bigger issue. She's got big problems in that house. We need to pull the toilet, stick the camera in there. I'm sure back then the way we wet vented bathrooms, it was one branch line, the point of vent for the toilet, and you would come off of that with a 2-inch line and then put like a Y or a combo or whatever to pick up the tub, and then you'd head over off of that Y to pick up the lavatory. And because the lavatory is backing up into the tub, that's telling me it's most likely the 3x2Y that is broken on that system. And she possibly, just because that toilet's not backing up right now, that doesn't mean that there's not a 20-foot piece, long piece of roots growing down that it's 3-inch pipe under there. It's going to be a 3-2Y that's broken. But we need to figure out what direction, you know, just by looking in that toilet, we'll be able to see what way it's going. Is it on a 45 heading to the back? Is it going under the cabinet? Hopefully not. You know, we'll see. But it needs to be busted up. The good thing is I found some tile in her garage that matches that bathroom. There's a whole stack of them. And actually the front tile had the guy's name on it who set the tile. Good idea on his part. He wrote his name, his contact information on that very first tile. So I pulled it out and I gave it to her, and she's probably giving him a call just to give him a heads up that, you know, this is going to be coming down the line. But she's a very nice lady from England, and she likes my jokes, man. Did you hear her giggling? They just love me, man. They just love me. Charlotte, don't be jealous. You got competition though, honey. You got some competition.